Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to Wednesday. It's been a very pleasant day so far. Kayla and I hung out for the beginning of the day, and we watched more Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That was a fun time. And I am currently rendering yesterday's vlog. I just haven't had the chance to do so yet, but I'm doing so now. I'm also brewing coffee at the same time. I am planning to do a live stream today. I know I did mention it in yesterday's vlog. I got back into Earthbound 0. Well, that's the game I decided I'm going to be streaming today. Yesterday, while I was playing it, I was kind of talking just stream of consciousness to myself, like almost as if I was streaming, but only to myself, and I wasn't worrying about the audience or anything necessarily. And it was really fun, and I kind of want to take that approach with streaming, just be more natural and let myself come out more, instead of feeling, reserved and nervous, because I feel like I tend to come off that way on stream. Yesterday's stream kind of told me that story. I was writing, and I wasn't really letting myself out all that much, because there was a part of my brain blocking me from coming out, because I was more worried about my writing and all that. And I'm like, I have more energy than this, but none of it was really coming out. I'm hoping that today's stream, or I suppose tonight's, because it's 4:30, so it's almost evening, will have a little bit more of that me energy in it. And I'm playing Earthbound 0. It's kind of a turn-off-the-brain sort of game, so that shouldn't be a problem. I've been getting some writing done, and it's quite nice. I actually did do a live stream earlier, but I used up too much energy, and I was only able to stream for about an hour and a half. I wanted to try streaming for at least 2 hours. My voice started getting tired, and I got to a point in the game I was playing where all I was really doing was level grinding. And it wasn't a bad thing. I actually really enjoy level grinding because it's just an opportunity to relax while you play and just kind of think. Just kind of sit there, think about life, think about the game, think about yourself, think about other people, things like that. And I actually really enjoy level grinding for that reason, but I got to a point where I ran out of things to talk about, and that was kind of my struggle. But I've at least been getting some writing done. I was kind of struggling for a little bit to figure out what I wanted to do, because my brain was thinking, oh, let's find some dopaminergic activity to do, so I was mindlessly scrolling through YouTube or, other social media stuff, and just kind of looking at things without really paying attention to what I was doing, because with how prevalent social media is, our brains are just kind of hardwired to do that these days. But after a while, I realized that's not really what I wanted to do. And what I wanted to do was write, but there was a part of my brain being like, no, it's too hard, you don't have the energy to do it, just ignore it. But I'm like, there's nothing else I really want to do, like truly want to do. I don't have a desire to play any video games, I don't have a desire to watch YouTube. I just want to work on my book, And I mean, I do technically have YouTube on in the background, but that's just more being there just because. But I didn't really want to watch YouTube or anything. I ultimately wanted to write, and I was very reluctant. It was almost like dragging a child along somewhere they don't want to go. I reluctantly opened up my book, I reluctantly put my hands on the keyboard, and I'm like, okay, we'll write a sentence. And then eventually I managed to write multiple sentences. And now my book, I've written over 1,000 words for the day, and I will be doing more writing because, honestly, I don't want to do anything else. I still have a love of writing, it's just my brain is like that stubborn child who doesn't want to, because it's like, yeah, it's too hard, it's not going to be good enough, but it's good enough for me. I find it fascinating. It's just my ego talking. I'm enjoying the process, and that's what writing's all about. So, I'm going to keep writing, and I'm going to enjoy it while I do. Alright, I'm officially sold on Atlas's new game, Metaphor Refantasio. I watched a few videos today, because it looks like they were doing a, a showcase over in New York for, a select few to go check out, people on YouTube and stuff like that. And I watched a few videos on it, namely the one that really sold me. I was already interested after watching a couple, but the one that really sold me was by the YouTuber slash streamer Crystal. She had an insane experience, and she recorded the entire, most of it, and like the devs even talked to her and like singled her out and everything, and it just sparked like a sense of life in me, kind of seeing the excitement around this game, seeing people get to experience something like that. And it's just so nice to know that like there are experiences like that, and just seeing people enjoy it makes me so happy. And seeing Metaphor ReFantazio, like, in general, I'm excited. Like, I originally wasn't super excited. Like, I figured the game would be good. You know, it's Atlas. They generally have a good track record, even if Soul Hackers 2 was iffy. I personally like it, but I know the rest of the world doesn't. It's definitely not my favorite Atlas game, but it's still good. But they have a pretty good track record, and this is their first time really dipping into fantasies since Radiant Historia, I think. Or I guess Etrian Odyssey Nexus might have been their last fantasy game, because I know that Radiant Historia came out much earlier, but we got Perfect Chronology on the 3DS back in like 2018, I think. And very good game, by the way. Highly recommend checking it out if you can. It's on the 3DS and only on the 3DS, so not very accessible. Anyway, this is like their first time really getting into fantasy in a long time, and they are nailing it. The character design, the writing, the voice direction is so good. The music is fantastic. Shoji Meguro, the composer for like most Persona and Shin Megami Tensei games, came back to work on the music. Soejima did the character design. You know, Hashino is the writer and everything. Like I think he's the producer, not necessarily the writer. And then it's just like the world, the aesthetic, the story concept. It's all so good, and I am so excited to see it come out. Man, watching those videos definitely made me see Atlas in a new light, and I'm probably actually going to play an Atlas game shortly after this. I don't know what yet, but I do have a lot of them. I have a majority of their library, save for some of the more obscure stuff, like, you know, Last Bible Special and stuff like that. Like, the real obscure shit most people have never heard of. At any rate, my arm's getting tired. I think I've recorded enough excitement for one day, or for a couple days, because yesterday we had the Trails in the Sky shit, and I'm still hyped for that. And today we have Metaphor ReFantazio videos coming out, and I'm so excited for that. It's been such a good couple years for RPG fans, and it's just gonna keep going. I'm so glad to see RPGs get their day in the sun, like here in the West. It's so nice. But yeah, that's enough from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. You are all wonderful people, and as always, let's do our best tomorrow.